Top stories for today is Atari's VCS crashes the Indiegogo website when it started its launch. We also have Fortnite with a Datamine showing some new costumes and a whole slew of new information, as well as PlayStation and Games with Gold's, the free games that you get with those services for this month being revealed. If these stories seem important to you and you want to know about them, you've tuned in to the right show here on News You Missed, the video game news show that recaps what happened this week that's important to the video game industry and you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Protomario. We're going to jump right into the news because I have nothing else to say other than the Atari's retro console launching, pre-orders, quickly crashes, Indiegogo. Yeah, so this was pretty crazy. It does show that there is a lot of people who are interested in retro consoles. There's no questioning that. People love retro right now. They love the simplicity because of how gaming is now. It's very convoluted, very complicated, oftentimes requiring online subscriptions to play games, at least on the console side, as well as causing issues and problems. A lot of time invested, people don't want that. They like the classic games that they can plug into their TVs, and they don't have to get a very weird, convoluted box system in the back of their TV because their old game system doesn't work anymore. So this is right up a lot of people's alley, and you can see the investment there. There's no questioning that. So they demoed how the OS was going to work on it. They showed just a little bit, showing you how you can select a multitude of different Atari games on it, which is pretty cool, I gotta tell you. It's very similar to the NES Classic, there's no questioning it. Actually, I like this scheme a little bit better than the NES Classic, but the NES Classic does seem a little bit more unique, to say the least. Anyways, the VCS runs on Linux. It's an OS that includes a Radeon R7 processor, as well as a 32GB hard drive and 4GB of DDR4 RAM with expandable storage. It will connect to the internet. It'll support streaming video, online multiplayer games. It has voice control and is handled by 4 front-facing mics. 2 new controllers, one retro, one modern, connect via Bluetooth. So this seems a cool console, but it's not really surprising because nowadays you can build a Raspberry Pi and have a pretty decent emulation station for under $100, so it's not too surprising to see something like this come out. The only caveat I have to say is that the R7 processor is probably going to limit future gaming endeavors for modern gaming on this, as well as the 4GB of DDR4 RAM. Most computers nowadays conventionally carry 8GB minimum, as well as a processor that's way more powerful than an R7. The 32GB hard drive doesn't bother me because you can always get an external hard drive. That's not a problem. It's just those components that you likely will not be able to replace. So the Atari VCS doesn't seem to be a steaming pile of crap, which a lot of people were thinking it was. I'm not saying that it's going to succeed based upon what we're seeing yet. It might end up being similar to the Ouya, which had a strong showing in the beginning but faded out over time. So, James Marsden is going to star in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Yeah, we got a Sonic the Hedgehog shirt, so there's going to be Sonic movie in this guy. Yeah, he's going to star in the Sonic the Hedgehog film. It's due out November 2019. It's a mix of live action, CG. Alright, so there you go. Sonic movie. Breath of the Wild Cookbook looks delicious. If you guys would like to get your hands on a cookbook based upon the Breath of the Wild recipes, you can do so for $20. There's an Etsy shop that sells them. That's literally $20. You can order one. Looks pretty cool. I think it's a nice keepsake. If you're a really big Zelda fan, you could frame it. Or you could give it to someone who really likes Zelda and cooks at the same time. I know there's a lot of people out there who also do that. Everyone needs to eat. I mean, it's crazy, yeah. So this would be a good gift for a gamer who also likes to cook. Programmer hacks cartridge to run the SNES on the NES. Specifically, it was shown Super Mario World. So there is a long video from this guy named Sucker Pinch. It's called Reverse Emulating the NES to Give It Superpowers. Now, in this video, he goes into depth explaining how he did this, but essentially he modded out a cartridge itself and made the cartridge do something fairly unique to run on the NES. To say the least, being able to run a Super Nintendo game on an NES, it doesn't matter what modifications you do to the cartridge, just being able to see it done is next to impossible. I mean, it is literally crazy to see this, and this guy has done it. It's an outstanding video, and I strongly suggest you watch the whole thing to understand how it works, but at the very least, you know that it is possible to run Super NES games on an NES, which is impossible, but it's been done. So, awesome. Mega Man 11 is coming this October alongside a new Amiibo. So if you guys were looking to get Mega Man 11, I'm sure it's going to be available for tons of systems, but if you do in fact order it for the Nintendo Switch, you can get yourself an Amiibo as well with it, and it's the Mega Man Amiibo. I think the Mega Man Amiibo that we currently have is pretty good. This one's alright looking too as well. So you could also get yourself a microfiber cloth with the stage bosses, the iconic stage select, as well as a Dr. Wily patch and some stickers. I'm not so interested in the stickers. I think the microfiber cloth is probably one of the coolest things that are available. So that's something to consider when you're ordering the versions of this game. Fortnite has shopping cart, and it's apparently a complete joy to a lot of people. It's a shopping cart. You can hop on it. It makes you move a little bit quicker. You could use two people. Someone can ride in the shopping cart and shoot while you drive, or you can swap seats with them and you can shoot while they drive, and that's basically what it is. It's a shopping cart added to a first-person shooter. Fortnite's continuing being crazy. That's that. There's a Datamine that also reveals new legendary Fortnite skins, gliders, and more. I'm not really going to spoil this and go into it. If you guys are interested in seeing what's coming up on Fortnite and you don't want to be left in the dark, you can go ahead and take the link in the description below and read up on this Datamine. Other than that, there you go. That's that. So Microsoft has laid off a lot of Xbox support staff in favor of volunteers. Xbox ambassadors are people who volunteer to take calls, possibly, and chat support on the website. You can essentially answer questions that you would know the answers to in place of an actual paid representative, so that, you know, it takes the burden off the paid representatives. Unfortunately for the paid representatives, and some of them lost their jobs who had been tasked with training the ambassadors. That's pretty crazy. I got to tell you, company hiring volunteers and giving volunteers just prizes instead of actual money for doing work, that's crazy. And then firing a lot of the Xbox support too. Whew. Guys, stop calling Xbox support. Look it up on Google unless you really, really need some real support. Maybe you need to return a controller, a dead console or something. Yeah, you can't really look it up on Google. You do have to contact support. But if you have a question, look it up on Google first. People lost their jobs because of this. This is nuts. I think it's really, really bad that Microsoft had done that, but I guess it's a way for them to save money. Yeah, money. Save money on paying some people to answer some questions. Anyways, Xbox Games with Gold is offering Sonic All-Stars Racing, which is a game I had recently touted and said was a really, really good game. It's for 360, so it's probably going to be backwards compatible Xbox One, as well as Lego Indiana Jones, which was a launch game that came with a lot of 360s that had a Renovision going for the system itself, so a lot of people have that game anyways, or played it back in the day, as well as Assassin's Creed Russia and Smite for the Xbox One side. That's pretty cool, I gotta tell you. Those are some pretty good games. I'm very interested in the Sega Sonic Racing. Pretty good game, I'm telling you. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is a thumbs up. It rivals Mario Kart in how fun it is. And then on the PlayStation side of things, you get XCOM 2 and Trials Fusion as well as Zombie Driver HD for PlayStation 3, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier for PlayStation 3, Atomic Ninjas for PlayStation Vita and Squares for PS Vita. And hey, by the way, those games on the PS3 are not backwards compatible and do not work on your PlayStation 4 or your PS Vita or whatever. So sorry about your luck. See, that's the only advantage the Xbox has over the PlayStation. While you get some decent games, arguably better than the Xbox's, you do come at a cost that you actually have to own a PlayStation 3 still to play some of those free games. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news you missed. Let me know if you enjoyed these news stories with big thumbs up. Let me know if you hated them and hate me as a host with a massive thumbs down, and tell me what I can do better in the future. I'll be your Protomario, and I'm signing out. I'm on the road to 1 million subscribers, and your subscription can help me get that coveted gold-plated play button. I don't think it's real gold, but let's find out with you subscribing and helping me get there. So, I'll see you guys in the next episode, and End Card Slate, you can take it away, show them some videos they might want to watch.